3, 2, 1. All right. Welcome back to hot, sweaty Houston. Do a little intro picture here. That looks pretty good right there. And let's do like that and like this. Done. Okay. I need to go get the registration done on this. It's been out for over a year, so I can't do it online, and I can't go to a grocery store, you know, independent tag affiliate, whatever they want to call them, because you can only do it, you know, up to 1 year past expiration. So anyway, I'm going to go to the tag agency now, or the tax agency, and have them charge my card, pay my dues, got the insurance, got all that stuff, and then some other prep items. My tire for the front came in yesterday, so I'll probably work on that either tonight or tomorrow. Pull it back in the garage there, pull the front wheel off, new brake pads, the EBC double H's, because these factory pads are just old and they have no bite. Plenty of meat left on them, they just don't have any bite. Then I'll pull the rear apart, put the new rear wheel and tire on there, keep this one as a spare. Talking about spare, that's where things kind of go off the rails. My son is really sick right now. We don't know what's wrong with him. Some kind of extreme abdominal discomfort going on. Like, he can't walk, he can't sit up, he can't do anything. And it was so bad, he was just in excruciating pain. And I had to take him to emergency clinic 9:30 at night or something a few nights ago. It was a Tuesday night, and they did a CAT scan of his abdomen, trying to figure out what's going on. Gave him morphine and a bunch of painkillers and just different stuff. He was vomiting, you know, real violently, so I was thinking maybe food poisoning or something, but we ate basically the same things. In fact, we had the same lunch together. Schlotzky's, you know, there's no problem with it. I'm fine. So we don't know what's going on. The tests didn't yield anything other than $1,800 worth of running in circles. It was like $1,680 for the emergency visit, and then another 100 and some odd for the prescriptions and all that. So I think he's going to be out for Cannonball. That means spares aren't going to follow us the way that we had planned. I think I can shove most of the mechanical spares under the seat and you know, top box and stuff like that. Spare tire is going to be tricky. I have a spare tire unmounted somewhere, brand new City Grip from 23 that didn't get mounted up. Don't know if I'm going to just take a tire or a ton of plugs and hope for the best. Maybe I could ship a tire to somewhere, have it put on the tire truck once we get to Seaside. I'm not sure. Figure out logistics here. He may still be able to drive, but I'm kind of leaning toward no. If he's this debilitated right now, I don't want to pressure him into doing that and having problems while we're on the road, because then it's a double whammy. We don't have support, he's sick, and we've got to find emergency care and all that on the road. So yeah, it's not ideal. Not ideal at all. Don't really know what it might be. Man, I'm gonna get rear-ended here. The thing that comes to mind for me is obstructed bowel or a twisted intestine. How that would happen, I don't know, but you know, everything was running normally up to Monday night. He woke up Tuesday not feeling good. Felt like indigestion or something, you know, just something off. He thought he was hungry. No, that didn't solve it. He ate. It got worse. Vomiting, all kinds of stuff. So I don't know. Not good. Not good. And this puts a serious damper on a lot of things right now, because he's kind of the one holding the fort down at home. Man, these lights are very yellow today, aren't they? He's kind of helping hold the fort down for my youngest, because she's out of school. My middle daughter is old enough to take care of herself pretty much. She's not driving though, and my wife works during the day, so I don't know. This is causing serious logistical issues. And that would have been the same situation, you know, when Josh and I would leave next week. You know, he's driving support and I'm on this. My two daughters would be at home alone during the day, and, you know, surviving on takeout, DoorDash and Uber Eats and everything else. I don't know. Murphy's an asshole, man, I tell you. I've mentioned it dozens of times. I always say it. There's something more than just random chance. Every single time I decide to go on vacation or I have plans, the whole universe comes unglued. It's divine intervention or something, or not so divine intervention. I just don't get it, man. Every time the universe conspires to fuck me over. And now it's bringing Josh into my chaos. Sorry, Josh. You're getting collateral damage here from tagging along on one of my adventures. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just trying to keep a positive mindset and keep moving forward, whatever it is. Just forward. Speaking of, I'm on autopilot right now. I don't really need to go to this tag agency. Get off your phone and get across the crosswalk, jackass. God. I just always go to this one tag agency that's over by my warehouse. I'm sure there's probably something else out here in this area, but I don't have any experience with them, you know, as far as wait times and customer service and all that, so I have no idea what to expect. I'll just go to the one that I know. Pay my $54 or $56, whatever it is. Get this thing registered for another year. So that's my plan for today. I need to go get my driver's license done too, but that's my plan for today. I'm going to get the registration completed on this, and I need to go get my eyes checked out, get some same-day glasses, or, you know, next-day glasses or something like that. I mean, I can function and ride just perfectly fine as I am, but I need to tune up my eyeballs. Then I need to do the driver's license. I'll ride dirty. I'll ride without the driver's license renewed if I have to. Here in Texas, pardon me while I itch my nose. Goodness, it's hot. Sweat is running down my face and dripping on the end of my nose. I didn't do my weather report. I just realized. Fuck it. Driver's license renewals here have just gone to shit since COVID. You used to be able to just walk into any of the, you know, driver's license DPS offices and get in line, and, you know, sometimes the lines are long, sometimes they aren't, but you just go there, you get in line, you fill out your paperwork, you pay your fees, and go on about your life. But no. Since COVID, the government decided to get even fucking lazier, and now you can't just go in anywhere and get stuff done like that. No, now you've got to get an appointment, and they'll set you an appointment, you know, whenever they damn well feel like it. It might be today, it might be 2 months from now. And I've been in to do my driver's license twice, and I had to get, you know, first time I went in, you know, now you have to have an appointment. Ah, fuck you very much. So, all right, fine, I'll do the appointment. And it was set for like, I don't know, 2 weeks later or something like that. And, you know, mind you, this is, you know, 2 years ago when my license expired. No, you're turning right, are you? Jackass. Turning right, drifting left, make up your fucking mind. So, I went back, and they were understaffed that day or whatever, and I sat around for 2 fucking hours. 2 hours waiting for my appointment to renew my license. Give me a fucking break, man. It's tax, it's money, it's bullshit. Here's my money, fuck off. So I couldn't get it done. And I was like, God damn it. And I just haven't been back. I have shit to do. I have a busy life just like everybody else. But I got to pander to the government to feed them my money. I'll give you my money. Fuck, just take it and let me get on about my life. So there's no more just walk in, get your driver's license stuff here. It's bullshit. And they usually let you renew online once, but the second time, you know, what, 8 years or 10 years in, they force you to go in and take new pictures and, you know, do the eye test and all that kind of stuff. So, whatever. I don't trust you. Really don't trust this guy. Make up your mind. Fast or slow. I know he's going to change lanes on top of me. Tell by the hyper aggressive. No, I'm going to pass you. Yeah, see? I was hoping that the new mount would stiffen that up a bit because the camera flops around a lot up there. I might see if I can get some adhesive something and some carbon fiber rods or something, fishing rods, and secure it down here to this part of the fairing to just stiffen that up so the camera doesn't blah, 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 blah. The image stabilization in the GoPro does a good job about taming that, but it does make some of the footage unusable. I don't know, I'll figure it out. I was glad to have that on 23 Cannonball though, because it gave me a lot of B-roll, and it was my GPS source. There's a fucking rev limiter. I'm not even wide open, but I'm hitting the rev limiter. I gotta put the sliders in this thing. Yeah, so my GPS on this camera was not working all through Cannonball, and I didn't realize it because I turned it on, and you know, I wasn't reviewing the footage and trying to pull telemetry out of it to see if it was running. I just, you know, enabled the option. But occasionally when these GoPros die or shut down improperly or overheat and shut down, they'll nuke your settings. They'll erase all of your presets, you know, as far as GPS on or off, the time and date get screwed up, all kinds of stuff weird happens. So anyway, that was running all the time, and I was able to get my GPS off of it. It's not quite as accurate for a lean angle and all that kind of stuff as the Hero 11 that I have on my helmet, but at least it gave me something, because otherwise I didn't have any telemetry worth of shit. I had stuff off of the dash cameras, but it's very limited. It only gives you, is it 2D? I don't even think it's 3D. It's 2D GPS fix for speed. That's it. You don't even get elevation out of that thing. Oh. That reminds me, I need to rotate my dash camera a little bit too, because I think it's leaning right about 1 or 2 degrees. I need to crank it over. Just a hair. It's not as bad as it was during Cannonball last time though. I was trying to adjust it while we were in Socorro, New Mexico, but I couldn't quite get in there to re-angle the camera. So I tried to get it more straight this time, just looking at it from the front, and I did okay, but it's a little bit off. The rear one I got almost dead on, so it's good. Yep, hitting that rev limiter, 62. Gotta put the sliders back in here, bump me up to 60, 7, I think it was, if I remember right. The Dr. Pulley variator was great, but I'm not going to trust it for Cannonball again. Bushing in the center doesn't hold up. Hey, that rev limiter hitting it again. With a fresh belt, like brand new belt, you can get a little bit more out of it before it hits the rev limiter. You can get almost 64 or 65 on occasions, but as the belt wears down, you know, you're not getting as much lift out of it, so the ratio is a little bit lower. So now I'm stuck at about 61, 62 is where it starts kicking in. I might put a brand new belt in it while I've got it open and keep this one as a spare. This one's got 3,000 miles on it. Hey, Riker. I don't like you. I knew he was going to do that, so I didn't want to be next to him. And when you're stuck with only 61 or 62 as the top speed, there's no more headroom to accelerate. The bike has the power to do it, it's gearing limited, or ratio limited, I should say. There's no gear. Just pulley ratios. If it had a little bit taller top end on it, you know, different rear gears, final drive gears, it's a 75-mile-an-hour scoot. You know, it can do 75 to 78 before it runs out of steam, but it's not geared to get up that high before you get to red line. Even with the over-range variator in it, its happy speed is right around 60. You know, 55, 60, it's calm, it's happy. It's super efficient too. You can push it outside of its envelope like I'm doing here, you know, up on the super slab, but it's not really where it's comfortable. It's legal, you know, 153 cc's, so it's legal on the highway technically. I wouldn't call it comfortable though, not with all these aggressive tailgating cagers, man. Everybody's angry and in a hurry and speeding and tailgating, and see what I mean? Speeding up, where are you going? Nowhere. Slow traffic right in front of you. But no, I gotta be first. I gotta hurry up and wait. Like this, and I end up with somebody in my lap. Guy's speeding up on my flank, and this guy tail biting, looking for passing somebody that's merging in, and ended up changing lanes on me without looking. Alex is going to have a bit of an adjustment period when he gets here, trying to figure out how crazy and aggressive our traffic is. He says that people ride and drive pretty aggressively in Romania, and I've watched a lot of his Commute vlogs, and yeah, they're pretty fast there, but they're not as reckless and angry as these cagers. These people are just off their meds most of the time. They're actively looking to bully or wreck someone. Some perverse pleasure they get out of causing harm and strife and damage. I don't know, I don't get it. The prevailing attitude here in the United States, especially in the bigger cities, from cagers is, yeah, go ahead and hit me. And they actively try to play bumper cars at, you know, 80 miles an hour, seeing who can get closer to swapping paint without actually swapping it. And then even if they do, they don't give a shit. They drive away. They hit and run. Hit and run is all the time here. But those of us on two wheels have to play it as a no contact sport, because if we make contact, it usually means down. And out here with all these speeding, tailgating cagers, if you go down, you're very likely going to get run over by whatever's behind you, because everybody's going too fast and tailgating, not leaving sufficient space or enough maneuvering room, so you end up in serious peril. Fucking rev limiter, bump, 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 bump. Keep thinking my belt is breaking. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed, but whenever I do lane changes on bikes, especially smaller bikes, I always triple check, sometimes quadruple check, because here in Houston, the drivers are so aggressive and they speed so much, they'll undertake you at plus 30, plus 40. You'll look, there's nobody there, you put your signal on, you start to change lanes, and blam, somebody goes flying by you at the last second. And if they make contact, you're fucked. That's what happened to me on the Hunter, but I wasn't changing lanes. The guy just speeds up, side swipes me. I think he was trying to intimidate me, but he ended up fucking up and actually making contact. Just aggression, man. Aggression. Mad to be mad. Everywhere here. It's terrible. I'd love to get out of this place, but I'm kind of in that stuck position, you know. I've got roots here, I've got family, I've got dependents, I got all kinds of stuff that's holding me here, and I can't just pick up and go. And moving is extremely expensive. If I move, it's not going to be here in the same area. I'm moving way further out, further west than I am now, or maybe in just another city or state entirely. I'd love to get up to Arkansas or Missouri or Tennessee or one of those places where you've got scenery, slower lifestyle, less bullshit, less angry people. All the big cities are getting like this, so I just got to stay out of the big cities. I wonder how much longer we're going to be able to continue at this pace as a country, you know. Things have accelerated so quickly. They've gone downhill so fast as far as lawlessness and crime and general mental malaise of the population. I just don't see how it can hold together another 20 years. You know, you look throughout history, and most large democracies, countries, of course, this is not supposed to be a democracy. It's being run like one. It's supposed to be a republic, but everyone has forgotten that fact. But anyway, usually they last about 200 to 250 years before they start collapsing internally. And it's always because of financial mismanagement and corruption. It's just how it goes. And we're right there, 250 years right at. Almost. 1776. Next year is the 250th anniversary of this governmental trial, whatever you want to call this, attempt at a new governance style. First of its kind in history, as far as I'm aware. A republic with representative government, democratic representative elections, but we all know how democracies devolve. I don't know where that ever happened in, I mean, it's been going on since before I was born. Pollution of the public education system and all that, dumbing down of the populace to, you know, reduce the number of people who can fight back or talk against the narrative. But democracies are not good. They've never been good. If you look throughout history, every democracy has failed. It's turned into socialism, or, you know, its true roots as a oligarchy has been exposed as it falls apart. So democracies, you know, are essentially mob rule. They don't preserve the rights of the citizen, of the individual. So if 51% of the population, or 51% of the vote, says you should die, then you have to die. Well, what the fuck is that? Ugh, God damn, that's rough. I'm getting used to the stiffer front forks. They feel good. They're very controlled, but these roads, they are a rough. So, yeah, anyway, a republic preserves the rights of the individual while respecting the rights of the population. But the difference is, if your community, 10,000 people or whatever, don't like you and say that you can't live there, or that you don't have the right to drink their water and breathe their air, well, then they win. But in a republic, the individual's rights are preserved, and everyone else can just go pound sand. You live your life, I live my life, fuck you very much. But the oligarchy, now technocracy, has taken over this country, and I don't know what that was, screaming at me. Okay, whatever. The true nature of the beast is rearing its head. You know, I think the United States, the Constitution, the Founding Fathers, Bill of Rights, all that, it was founded with good intentions, and it may have lasted for 100 years, but as soon as the early 1900s rolled around and the creation of the Federal Reserve, and, you know, the banking cartel took over again, like, yeah, fine, you can have your freedom, we'll just own your money, and then, you know, you're our subjects to rule again as you used to be under the crown. So, yeah. Anybody that studies history and really looks at it through the lens from 20,000 feet puts away the old suppositions about, you know, we live in a free society. No, we don't. This is not a free society. We haven't been free for a long time. Slavery was never abolished. It just changed faces. Now it's wage tax. You know, we're work slaves, wage slaves. You're forced to pay taxes on everything you do from birth to grave. And even if you aren't paying them from birth, your parents are. There is no free living in this country. You can't do it. Anytime someone tries to break away from the herd and go live out off-grid in deregulated communities or whatever, the government always comes in and fucks them over. Jesus Christ. You fucking idiot. Don't even look. Don't turn your head. The fuck is wrong with you? Anywho, I've arrived. I'll try to get in this crazy line. Ugh, man, parking lot's full. Where can I park? Luckily, I'm on a scoot, and I can kind of make a spot. Kind of, maybe. Yeah, right there next to the dumpster. Car doesn't fit there, but I do. I fit on that side or this side. I think this side's probably a better idea, just in case someone tries to take that one. Yeah, I can squeeze into this. This will be just fine. Plenty of room if they need to get in and out of their doors. Okie dokie. Hey. I gotta get used to that basket being right there. I can't drag my heel through like I used to. And when the box is on the back, I can't swing my leg over this way either. So just a learning experience. Okay, I'm gonna go in, try to renew this tag. Hopefully I don't run into any problems. I hope they don't need a fresh driver's license to do this. Property tax, but and that's another thing that's just, oh, it's pissing me off, driving me batshit. Driver's license. If you have an expired driver's license, you can't do a fucking thing. Well, wait a minute, I'm not driving. I'm going to you know, buy beer at the store. No, you can't do that. You have to have a valid driver's license. Why? I'm not driving. I haven't expired. The ID might have, but my birth date is still the same, you fuckwits. Can you add, subtract, basic math? I don't get it. So anyway, yeah. So I couldn't even go into my daughter's school the other day for her little graduation thing because my driver's license was expired. I walked there, for fuck's sake. Why do I need a driver's license? A valid one, you know, whatever. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Same as the Social Security numbers being used for all kinds of stuff that they're not supposed to be used for. Social Security numbers are supposed to be only for the Social Security Administration and, you know, social benefit stuff related to the Social Security Administration. Legally, they're not allowed to be used for anything else. They're not allowed to be used for credit applications. They're not allowed to be used for identification of any other kind. And on the original documents, it says, you know, only for use by the Social Security Administration. You know, and you look up all the OMB, the Office of Management Bureaucracy, whatever the fuck their name is, and all the rules are there. But everybody insists on, no, you've got to have this ID for this. You got to have, fuck yourself. You got a passport. If you'd say that's not valid, you can really go fuck your hat. But my passport's about to expire too, and is it November? Can't remember. It's coming up this year. And getting passports now, Jesus, they're expensive. $400, $450, something like that. Crazy expensive. Anywho, I'm bitching. I'm in a bad mood. Murphy is fucking with my plans as usual, and I'm trying to work my way out from under his boot. The fucker keeps twisting his heel and catching me again. Ay, ay, ay. Anywho, I gotta shut this down. This is a government office.
2 hours later.
3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, welcome back. It's 2+ hours later, 2.5, I guess. I don't know, something like that. I have to check my clocks here. I'm not even sure when it is. I know it's 2 hours and change. Gotta love government bureaucracy, but at least I got in and out of here this time without any other headaches. Last time I came in here, it's noon right now. I got here at, what, 9:30, 9:45? Anyway, last time I came here to renew my car registration, they gave me crap because my driver's license was expired and said I couldn't do that, which is a blatant lie. They're separate processes, separate taxes, and they were giving me static and said, no, you can't do it. You have to have a current driver's license. But I just looked it up, and that's not the case. And luckily, the lady here didn't give me any trouble. She just took my insurance verification, my credit card, and that was it, which is how it should be. This is a tax. You're paying for the privilege of driving on the street. No goody. A lot of these government offices tend to try to overexert and overstep their authorities, trying to force you into all kinds of other garbage that's not illegal. But you know, how do you fight them? They're the ones behind the keyboard that have the autonomy to refuse you service, even if it's not proper. You know, and then you've got to go somewhere else or go through the bullshit procedures and authoritarianism, fascism, all the bullshit. I'm in a pissy mood today, but that actually turned out quite good back there, so I can't complain too much, other than the ridiculous wait. They had two tellers, two representatives for that massive lobby full of people, and when I sat down, there was another guy that was just kind of shaking his head and shuffling his feet because he was annoyed, and I said, how long have you been waiting? He said, I got here at 8:15, and this was 9:45, almost 10 o'clock when I had that little exchange. I was like, oh my god, this dude's been waiting an hour and 45 minutes, and it took another 30 minutes before he even got through the queue. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Nice little GP car. Cool collection. Gotta watch where I'm going. Yeah. So, My weight was actually a little bit shorter than his. Think about it. I have to do the math. I'm too tired and too annoyed to do math, but yeah, so I was 2.5 hours. He was a little over that. I think he was closer to 3. It's crazy. Two people taking orders and money in there. You gonna go, dude? No, you're not gonna go. I'm gonna go. I ain't waiting on you. Oh, good. 6. Okay, so now I've got to find. I gotta go back home and check on my son, and then I've got to find a same day, next day glasses place. Go get my eyes checked up and all that, just in case when I try to go do my driver's license renewal, they run me through all kinds of other gauntlets. Bump. Hey, man, it's a rough road. Hey, really rough road. 4-inch bumps. That is more suspension than the Scoot has. My spine is doing the rest. Ugh. I have 2 work calls that popped up today that I'm not going to be able to attend to. Debating on a phone. I'm not going to get up on the highway. It's a little bit too dicey this morning. Let's do surface streets. With this thing only having a top speed of just barely over 60, 62. It makes it a little too dicey up there on I-10. Even when I've got the higher top speed on this thing of, 70 plus, traffic out there is moving 85, 90. Routinely you see people ripping through, breaking the ton, easily in excess of 100 miles an hour. Multiple times every day. I don't want to be out there playing with those guys. And I doubt my camera battery is going to last for the whole ride here, and we'll see. Let's get back to the house for temporary shelter and safety, and then back out into the fray. I suppose while I'm out running this around, I should be paying attention to my tachometer so I can use that for reference. Do the slider installation in this thing and check the RPM differences, cutovers, stuff like that. I don't really have the time or the patience to do a fully scientific upgrade and test this time. Just changing one variable at a time, sliders only, multiple variations of the theme, Nah, screw that. I'm just gonna put it in there and be done with it. I'll replace the belt, the sliders at the same time, but at least it'll give me a rough reference on speed versus RPM. So we'll get out here on the next long stretch of the access road and crank it up to 60, 62. Try to get it up to a maintenance load as far as throttle is concerned and look at the RPM, and then I'll open it all the way up to where it starts to get to the rev limiter, and I'll see if it's bouncing or if there's upper range where it kind of still spins up a bit. Ooh, I'm getting out of this. This is why I like taking the highway when I can, but not today. and it is hot as balls out here. I didn't do my weather report twice now, but it's mid 90s right now with really, really high humidity. You can see the clouds. It's hot. Sitting still in this black jacket sucks. If I had time, which I don't think I do now, I was going to swing over there to Cycle Gear and see if they've got any clearance mesh jackets, something kind of gray in color, a little bit lighter than black, because I've got nice jackets. You know, this one's not nice. This was a cheapie, but it doesn't have a lot of ventilation and breathing on it. My Ruka jacket is great, but it's heavy physically and also black, so it soaks up quite a bit of heat. I'd like to find a gray one again. It'd be great. The fly racing one that I had for so long, decades. About a decade, I guess. I still have it, but the zipper's all funky and the pads that I had in it deteriorated and went bad and all that. So I just shelved that thing permanently. I need to buy new armor for it anyway. So I might end up wearing the Ruka again. That's what I wore in 23, so I'll wear it again for Cannonball. Oh, bloody hell, it's hot. So a few of my astute watchers of the channel chimed in and said, yeah, that is good idle. I haven't checked the book to see what the idle spec is, but they say 1700 to 1800 is normal idle. So this tack is registering correct. It's just a very slow, it's like it's averaging on the way down. I haven't really looked at it to see if it's averaging on the way up, but it's not like real-time reporting after you come to a stop, because you can be fully stopped and it's still backing down 100 or 200 RPM per tick. So I'm not sure about that. I wish that I could have gotten my ODB2 working on this. I still might be able to do that. I've got to dig out the harness that I bought, a little ODB2 adapter, because the Honda uses 4-pin square, and you adapt that out to the standard ODB2. But for some reason, whatever I hook up to it gets power, but it's not getting the data line or the K line. It's not reading it. So the utilities that I run say, nope, sensor not found, even though the sensor is powered up and linked to the phone on Bluetooth. It doesn't see data coming out of it. Oh my God, it's buffoonery around here. So I might just need to repin the little adapter that I got. It said it was good for Hondas, but it's not working, because I tried it on my CB500X. Are you going? If you're gonna go before I get hit. I tried it on my CB500X and on this, and it's the same story. It doesn't see data coming off of the ECU. So I'm assuming it's just the adapter that I have is not correct, or not pinned out right. That'd be cool though, to have the telemetry for Cannonball just recorded on one of my phones while I'm riding, and give throttle position and injector duty cycle and all that kind of stuff. It'd be interesting to have. Aggressive fuckwits all around me, man. another one. That was the same aggressive fuckwit that was right behind me a second ago. Trying to just... fucking stupid people. Aggressive speeding, weaving around, changing lanes, ass biting on the fucking phone all at the same time. Some people just do not need to be driving, period. You're locked up in a fucking mental institution. We've had 4 accidents in 3 years. I went so many decades without any, I mean, plenty of close calls, and, you know, a few times I had to step off the bike, but I had never been down. But in the last 4 years, I've had 4 motorcycle incidents. 3 years, sorry. The last 3 years, I've had 4 motorcycle incidents. I had some raging Nigerian trying to do an insurance scam on me that started it all off. And I ended up getting was it criminal mischief charge filed against me because she claimed all this other bullshit, and I had to fight that in court. And the prosecuting attorney and my defense lawyer looked at it, and they looked at her history and the whole situation, and they went, oh yeah, this was an insurance scam, and they just dismissed it. But it still cost me over $2,000, and I still have that mark on my record, on my personal record for criminal mischief. Even though it was dismissed, it's still there. It's like, so now I have to pay like $3,000 or $4,000 in attorney's fees to have it expunged from my record, even though it wasn't I wasn't convicted of it or anything. It was just the arrest, and the warrant was put out, so that's on my record. Yeah, break. There's no justice system in this fucking country. Anyway, so that started it all off, and then right after that was the idiot that pulled out in front of me and stopped broadside in the middle of the access road here on I-10 over near my office, and I had to lock it up and dump the bike sideways, and of course they fled the scene after they intentionally caused that accident. Then that's where I broke my finger because I hit the ground. Anyway, then there was the Hunter accident. Oh, and then I forgot the pilot, you know, speeding maniac, you know, totaling my pilot, hit me at 100+ miles an hour from behind. And then the Hunter accident. And then now my, oh, Jesus Christ. This guy double passing around others that are waiting. Fucking people. And then the new Honda Odyssey van just got totaled, rear end accident 3 weeks ago. So what, 5 accidents in 3 years? Not fucking one of them my fault. And I am not sitting behind this shit. I'm gonna get hit. Too many speeding shitheads right now. Yeah, speeding and raging here in Houston is just out of control. It's going unchecked. There's no punishment for it, so people just keep it up. You know, at worst they get a slap on the wrist from the criminal side of things, and insurance takes care of the rest. So there's no, Jesus Christ, what the fuck are we doing here? Just drive. There's no curbing that behavior, you know. There's no punishment for it, so nobody's going to quit. And I'm going to get away from these motherfuckers because I'm going to get hit. Yeah, without real punishment for these kind of life-endangering behaviors, you know, the speeding, the road raging, the intentional jackass buffoonery that's going on, it's not going to stop. It's just going to get worse because people know that they can get away with it. They can act with impunity and just be evil fuckwits. People need to start doing time. Spend a few months in jail. Get rung through the ringer for fucking up other people's lives. Fuck, man. So 7,200 RPM, cruising at 50. Yeah, it's unfortunate. The United States was founded on the principles of, you know, the Golden Rule, biblical terms, Golden Rule, do unto others, and the rule of law. But over the last 50-some years, the rule of law is a joke, especially the last 20 years. It's just been perverted to only serve the criminals. Criminals get to hide behind the laws, and the liberal prosecution from the state allows them to continue getting away with it and actually panders to it to enable it to keep generating more strife and bullshit. Law-abiding citizens are punished in every aspect. You know, not only do we have to pay for it and our lives are impacted, but the bad guy gets to go free and go do it again, so it's just a slap in the face. Ask me how I know. Shit, I've been through it 3 times in the last 3 years. Major accidents, major problems. And the guy that was responsible for it each time got away scot-free. Might have paid a little bit more in insurance premiums, but, you know, for physical violence, you know, intentional assault, no charges. Crazy. Alright, so here we are, tapped out, 100%. Getting up close to the rev limiter, fighting a headwind. I can feel the rev limiter starting to bump. 9250, 9280, it's starting to flash because that's what we set the, I don't know, we set an alert for 95, I think. Oh well, chin cam died. I need to find my other Anchor battery packs, the slim ones that I can put in the jacket pocket, wire up my camera. I don't like running them off of the bike because then I'll invariably step off the bike and forget that I'm plugged in and yank it or break something. Ask me how